Hey, Gerald. Make sure I have everything on and you can hear me. Yes, I do. Hi, Jessica. I promised you guys when it got here that I would unbox with you guys so that you could see it. I forgot to grab something to open the box with. We still have a few minutes before everybody gets here, so I'm going to go ahead. We all know what the pad is. This is the 8x10 pad. I'm going to go ahead and open it. There's no, so that I can have that part ready and out of the way. There we go. And you guys really do need these pads because it does wick the moisture out of your projects, the fabrics and things like that. So, just so people can see that. Whew. Busy, busy, busy day. I'm still waiting. They are sending me a maker so that I can pump out a couple of projects for you guys. So I think after this unboxing, I am going to put together a couple of cards that I had planned for later to fill the gap until my new maker gets here. Have a couple more people coming in. Just a couple more minutes. Yeah, Gerald, I got to use this little one. Well, I used all of them actually at Mountain Make-a-thon. And I fell in love with the little one. Hi, Pooch. So I had to have it. I couldn't leave without it. They forced me to have it shipped, though. It wasn't available. I didn't get there the first day they were on sale, so the ones they had on hand were gone by the time I got there. Let me check on a couple more things. See if anybody else is going to come in. Can you guys hear me okay? Is it loud enough? Yeah, it will be perfect for small projects, especially baby onesies. You are not going to believe. I already packed one up, but I did one. I mean, it just fits on a onesie just perfectly. I mean, it's just the perfect size. Hi, Linda. Glad you could join us. I'm April with Crafting with April. We have Gerald and Pooch and Jessica here. You make a ton of onesies, Gerald, you're going to need it. It is absolutely wonderful for that. It doesn't take up a lot of space. You have room to work with it right on your crafting area. You don't have to have a special area. Because I have the 9x9 and I can do it on my table, but it's a little crowded. And then I have my heat press, which takes up a ton of real estate in my crafting room. So I am seriously considering selling it, getting rid of it in a yard sale something, and getting the large heat press like this one. So I have the 9x9. The difference is, too, I'll go ahead and tell you guys a couple of the differences on the EasyPress 2. In case you haven't seen it in the groups and stuff, it heats up to 400 degrees, which is a little bit higher than what the others do, because there are some iron-on products like Print and Then Cut iron-on that requires a higher heat setting. So this is perfect for that. They're going to do that. Let me just pull up my list here really quick. I have it on my desktop. Where is it? That's going to be right here. There it is. Wrong one. I'll pull this up and put it over on the screen for you guys so you can see it. While we're waiting on a couple people to come in. So it's going to heat up to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. For more of the applications, like I said, with your heat and press, I'm sorry, your print and cut iron-ons, it requires a higher temperature, so we'll be able to do more of that. It's got more consistent heating than the previous EasyPress did, the EasyPress 1, the blue one. And this one is within plus or minus 5 degrees Fahrenheit, and it has the edge-to-edge heating. It's going to heat up to 25% faster, and I'm going to show you guys that. This little one is supposed to heat up in 30 seconds, so we're going to time it. It also has a utility port on it, so that if they have a software or firmware update, they can do that to this, just like they do our makers, without having to do upgrades and buy a new machine. So that I really, really, really like. The USB cable for that is not included, and I'm sure that they're going to put that on the website as soon as that's available as well. And this one is supposed to keep the table cooler because they improved the stand for it as well. So that's another plus on that. Hey, Kathy. So just in case you guys didn't see that in the groups, or you're new, like Alinda, you know, welcome, Alinda. We're glad to have you here. So it's after 2:15, so I'm going to go ahead and start unboxing. I went ahead and uncovered the EasyPress mat. This is the 8x10, guys. And you do want these. It has the red tag on it to match. So the new little EasyPress. So let's go ahead and unbox it. Why wait? I'm going to just cut this box. And you probably can't see me cutting the box open on camera, but that's okay. I just want to get this outer box off of it, and then you guys can see it a little bit better. Yeah, the lady on the FedEx truck was trying to find the package, and I said, it's right there. I see it. It says EasyPress. She was like, oh, that's a good eye. I said, no, I'm looking for that box. So, here it is, guys. EasyPress 2. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Gerald. I appreciate it. See, you guys, what would I do without you? I always forget that. Outer box is off. That's all I did. Let me show you the little EasyPress mat. The new tags on it, they're red to match your little EasyPress. They're calling this the Raspberry Red. So it's an 8x10. You need it to wick the moisture out of your projects. And we're going to do a little iron-on project here so you guys can see it in action. So this one, I'm sorry, I said 30 seconds. It says iron-on success in 60 seconds or less. So it heats up in about 30 seconds. This is the 6x7, the smallest one. And it's saying, let's do this. You have a little booklet. Let's see what the booklet says. You have a registration card. So you'll need to go in and register your EasyPress 2. Oh, looky, we get a little Cricut iron-on. How cute is that? So you're going to get that in the box. You also have a quick start guide. And you have a booklet. And in the booklet is welcome, what's in the box, instructions, iron-on mantras, and meet the family, the Cricut Advantage. So you're going to get a little bit of packaging here. And then your safety instructions, of course. Are you guys ready? Or you want me to wait another minute? Alright, here we go. Take the little guy out. It's packaged pretty well. And it comes with a little cover bag. How cute is that? We can put the green cricket on there. And I think I will do the green cricket on there as well. But I'm not going to do that on camera. And then you're going to have to get your packaging off. This is the new stand. It's supposed to keep, this base is supposed to keep your table cooler. I'm just going to set it there while I remove this packaging. True Control knife, guys. I can't live without it now that I have it. I don't know what I did before. We're just going to. He's so cute. That's how small it is. That's my hand. So you can get a good concept of how small this thing actually is. And like I said, it's fantastic for small projects, onesies, quick projects, things of that nature. So I've just plugged it in, and I have my pressing mat here. I have a cotton canvas bag, and we are going to put an iron-on on that. And I'm going to do patterned iron-on, regular iron-on, and glitter iron-on. I'm going to layer these up on this. So my first temperature is going to be for the, let's see, I'm not sure which one I want to do yet. Two of them, the pattern is a 340 degree, and it is for preheated for 5 seconds, apply for 30 seconds, and it's a cold peel, okay? This one is Everyday Light, and believe it or not, this is going to apply because of what I'm applying it to at 340 degrees, and it's a warm peel. And then my glitter, which we're used to high temp, is at 270 degrees. So it's going to be last. So when you're ironing on, just don't assume that your temperature for glitter is always 340. It isn't. It's going to depend on what you're putting it on and how fast it will melt. So I'm going by the Cricut instructions, and you can find those by clicking on Help. And if you're over on the Cricut site, click on Help and type in EasyPress, and you'll see settings pop up. Click on that, and there is a chart in there, and you want to go by what you're putting your iron-on, and then follow that chart that way. So I'm going to start with the patterned, and I'm going to work my way up. That way we can let it cool down. So just going to turn it on. And another feature of this, it will remember the last temperature that you worked with. So if you cut this on from a cold and you had it set at 250, it's going to come on and it's going to be set at 250 for 30 seconds if that's what you had it set at. It does remember. Hi, Sue. So our first temperature is going to be 340, and this will go up to 400 degrees, guys. And it's for 30 seconds, so we're good there. So we're just going to let that heat up, and it says 30 seconds or less. So we're just going to see, I mean, I don't know to the exact second, but it's 224 here, so we're going to see how fast this actually heats up. On the box it says 60 seconds, but somebody told me 30 seconds for the small one. Hi, Marissa. I mean, this thing is tiny, but I love it. It's so lightweight, so easy that anybody can use it. The cord looks like it's about 5 or 6 feet. So I've got it just pushed to the side. I have it run, let's see. As a matter of fact, I just had my little tape measure. There it is. Let's see how long it is. Gerald has me crawling under my desk here. Hi, Liz. And it is heated up. And that was about 30 seconds, guys. So, yes, it's heating up in about 30 seconds. That is a 6-foot tape measure, and I still have, I've wound it all the way out. And let's see. So I think it's about 7 feet, Gerald. Yes, 7 foot. Yeah, that was really fast that it heated up to 340 degrees. So if you're doing foil, it's going to heat up much faster than 30 seconds. You'll get there quicker. So I'm going to preheat this. Let's see if I, and I don't, it's not, my table is glass, and it's not even hot underneath there. It's the same temp as the rest of the desk. How cool. And this is a little wrinkled. It's been folded. I'm going to do that way since my cord is running that way. You guys can still see it. So I've preheated that. And I am placing my, and this, I did a heart, so it's not really going to, it doesn't have to be straight up and down. We can put this on at any angle. So I'm just going to place that on there. And then I should have gotten my carrier sheet out, I think. There we go. Now, I have a Teflon sheet. You can use those. You can iron directly on some of these. I kind of like my thin one for this, but Cricut does have one. It's nice and thick. And the thing about this is, if you're layering like we're going to do, if you don't want, I don't know if you guys have ever done it, when you lay and you put another piece on there and it doesn't quite cover and it comes to the edge of a piece, how you get that line from the carrier sheet. This prevents that, okay? This prevents you from getting that line. So, you know, you'll want to use that if you have it. If you don't, I suggest getting it, because if you were adding something on here and your carrier wasn't going to be laying on there properly, then you will need to, you will get those lines in there. So that's what this does. This is the patterned, Patricia, this is the patterned iron-on, the Cricut patterned iron-on. And I'm not really putting any pressure on this. I'm just kind of laying on it a little bit, but you don't have to. A little bit of pressure is all you need, just hand pressure like you would with a regular household iron if you were ironing something. And this is a cold peel, so I'm going to cool this off. Put it on my glass top desk and probably cool it faster. But yes, it does. Yes, this is pre-printed. And another thing, when you guys are selecting your pattern iron-on, a lot of people aren't using this. The price for this EasyPress Mini is $129. It will be available in the fall. It's not available yet. You're going to see it out of stock on the website until it's available. But when you're choosing your pattern iron-on, you'll want to pay attention to what you're putting it on. Otherwise, hi Shirley. Otherwise, it may not appear well, especially if you're cutting words out of it. Something like this you would want, if you're cutting words out of it, you're going to want to put it on a darker background, but not so dark that the dark pink won't be readable. You want to make sure that it's readable. And a little tip that I use, they didn't tell us that in the class, but a tip that I use is that I scan the patterned iron-on. I found this in one of the groups. I scan it, bring it into Design Space as a pattern, and then I can put my word in there and see how my word's going to look in that pattern and how I might need to adjust. So that's a little tip that you can do. And your pattern is not, your carrier is not sticky on your pattern. It's not pressure sensitive like these are. These are sticky. So next, we're still going to be at 340 degrees with this one. And I have a zipper in here. So this pad, the 8x10 pad, is perfect to go with this little baby press. And I'm just going to line this up. So that it looks like, oops, we don't want that, trash. So that it looks like I have layered this on top, when in actuality I have not. And then I'm just going to cover it again. And again, this one is at 30 seconds. And notice it does say to press the back. I am going to press the back of mine all at one time. I'm not going to press them, the one and then do the back, press the other one, do the back, press the other one, do the back. In my opinion, that's overheating, and that can make your glue on your iron-on deactivate. So when you're doing several layers, heat the back one time at the end. And this one is a warm peel, but my pattern is a cold peel. So I'm going to cool this down just a little bit because I don't want to damage my pattern iron-on. And it looks like it's going to be okay. Oops. Got one little place there. I'm peeling a little bit too warm. If that happens to you, you're peeling too warm. Yeah, it's still a little hot. I'm going to let that cool a second. Because it is warm peel, not hot peel. You just want to make sure that... I just want this to stick down. I just want it to stick down while I put my glitter on because I am going to be ironing on. I have one little place that I missed there. I am going to be ironing on a third layer, so I don't really want to overheat this layer. But the baby press is perfect for this type thing. Perfect for it. And I'm just going to turn this long ways now because my design is getting bigger because I'm layering up. And then I am going to turn down the EasyPress because on this one, for this canvas, it is telling me that the glitter needs to be at 270. So I'm going to hit the temperature button and then I am going to minus it. Once it starts flashing, you just minus, and I'm going to take this down to 270 degrees. And we're going to let it cool down. And your button will be red. It will turn green when it's ready. It'll beep at you. We did notice that these do not beep as loud as the blue EasyPresses. Cricut is aware, and we brought it to their attention. We want it to scream at us. And so they're going to be working on that too. But I can hear it just fine. I think the problem was that there was just so much noise in the room when you have 20 people in there and everybody's talking at once and they're carrying on conversations and getting to know each other while they're crafting, that we weren't paying attention and didn't hear it. But I think that it's plenty loud enough now that I'm here at home. I don't really see a problem with the sound of the beep. I could hear it just fine. Yes, I did. I cut a heart out of it. As a matter of fact, you guys want to see my boo-boo? Guess what I did? I cut the glitter and then I forgot to change my setting. Cut all the way through. I can still use it. I'm just going to pull it off. I'm still going to use it. It's just going to be hard to peel. And it is cooling down quite quickly as far as I can see. And I've got my hand under here. The new plate is keeping it really cool because I can still touch that. I found the other one that got really hot. But I can almost get my hand underneath there and it's not burning my hand. So they've made a ton of improvements on it. And I'm looking right here is as it's cooling down. Here's the port. So if it has upgrades later or they need to update the firmware or change something on the temps, they can do that just by hooking it up to the computer. How cool is that? This clear sheet is the carrier. This white sheet right here, this is your protective, they call it the protective, I want to say Teflon, but they don't call it Teflon. Let me look that up for you. It's called the iron-on protective sheet. If you don't have one and you have like the brown Teflon sheets, you can use those. I have found that these, even when I'm layering and my foil, if I've got a foil on there and this crosses over some of my material, the Teflon sheet does not eliminate that line that the carrier creates on the other material. This one does. So this is the difference in this one. And it's thicker, it's heavier. You can see this one flops over, this one stays straight up. So it's a good heavy carrier, protective carrier. You should never need another one. Once you buy one, it should last you forever. You do not get this in the EasyPress. You do not get this in the EasyPress. This is a separate purchase. It's not very much. It's right now it's on sale for $6.29 before you use the group codes, your access codes, circle codes. So if you were to get it, and you had access circle and use the group code, you're going to get 30% off that $6.29. So that's another almost $2 off of it. So less than $5 for this carrier. Yes, it's worth every penny. Worth every penny. And we're almost down to $270. It's at $280 now. And we'll finish up our little design and heat it from the back. The size of this sheet, Marissa, is, let me open it up here, 12 by 12. Yes. It's a premium heavyweight iron-on protective sheet, 12 by 12 inches. So this will cover a good area. I mean, you can't cut your iron-on bigger than 12 by 12, so it's going to cover whatever you do. 11.5 is the biggest you can cut it. So you really don't. This one is one that I got off of Amazon, and I use it. It's great for glues and stuff like that. And then I got this one. There's a world of difference. And see, that was plenty loud enough beep, in my opinion. So now I'm going to cover the heart again, press my go button, and let it time for me. And I'm not putting any more pressure on this than I would my household iron. That's all you need. Pressure is, a lot of people think you need all these tons of pressure to make your iron-on stick. You really, really, really don't. It's even heating. The even heating and not overheating your product is what's going to cause it to stick. And especially these mats, the 8x10 mat that we have under there. This wicks the moisture out of your fabrics so that you can, so that the glue adheres properly. And I've got 3 mediums going on here, so a couple of them are warm peel. And again, I think my pattern is just fine. I'm just going to peel that out of there. And now I'm going to just put this protective sheet on there, and I'm just going to go over it a couple of seconds just to press it down, 2 or 3 seconds. To make sure I don't have any carrier sheet lines or anything like that in it. It's looking really good. It's on there. But Cricut recommends that we flip it over and iron it from the back. And you don't need your protective sheet for this. So I'm just going to give it 30 seconds. Actually 15. I'm not going to change the timer. I'm just going to watch it till it gets down to 15. Because you're supposed to iron it from the back for 15 seconds. And that's all we need. And now we have this cute little heart bag. How cute is that? And it is on there. It's not going anywhere. It's still a little warm, but it's not going anywhere. It pressed on there quite well. You can see I don't have any carrier lines. I have my one little boo-boo here, but I can live with it. That was my fault, not the press. So did that answer everybody's? I will share this design, Kathy, in the groups. It's an SVG. As a matter of fact, I'll just load it on the website under the public SVGs. So if you guys want it, you're welcome to it. If you use the Cricut sheet with the word facing up, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I mean, this side's a little smoother. This one's a little more textured. So if you wanted to give your iron-on the look of a texture, then yeah, you could do that. But yeah, I would say with a word up on it. Doesn't really matter though. It could possibly give your iron-on a patterned look. It may or may not. But one side is... It feels smoother to me on one side than the other. I can't really tell. It does feel a little smoother. Does anybody else have any more questions about the EasyPress? EasyPress 2. I'm loving the raspberry red color. I don't know if you guys can get a good look at that on camera or not. But it's very pretty. It's not like a fire engine red. I don't know. It's kind of a pinky red. Really pretty. And my table, this thing did not heat my table up at all. I can feel a little bit of heat coming from it. But the stand is much better, in my opinion. Yeah, 3 sizes, guys. It's going to come up in 3 sizes. Let me pull that over for you so that you guys can see that again, just in case. And this is what your iron-on looks like. And canvas is way down there, so I kind of circled these. This was my patterned, this was my regular, and then this was my, I'm sorry, this was my regular, and this was my, let's see. This one was regular iron-on, this one was glitter, and this one's patterned. And you can see that at the top of the chart. I just didn't clip that out, but I was putting it on cotton canvas. So that's the line that I'm looking at. Instead of just looking straight down for what you're doing, you'll want to look across the board because normally glitter is like $3.40, I think. So make sure that you pay attention to those. I'm going to just cancel that. Let me just get that out of the way. And then coming this fall are the 3 sizes. You have the 6x7, the 9x9, and the 12x10. The 9x9 we have now in the blue. It does not heat up as fast. It does not have the port for updates. It does not have the updated tray. What else? And it does not go up to 400 degrees. However, it is still a great press. I have it. I'm not going to buy this 9x9. I have the blue one in the 9x9, and it's going to work perfectly fine for me. If I need to go up to the 400 degrees, I'll use one of the others. So, the difference, Poochie, between the EasyPress and the EasyPress 2. The EasyPress 2 heats up to 400 degrees. The other one does not do that. It still has the edge-to-edge heating, just like the other one did. This one, now the temperature stays within plus or minus 5 degrees Fahrenheit on the edge-to-edge. Where the other one would cool down a little bit when you started using it, this one stays up there. This one has the utility port that I showed on the back for software and firmware updates. If they figure out better algorithms and things like that to update it to where it will heat better or higher temperatures, they can just do. We can hook up a cable to our computer and get an update on it for it to do that. And it has the better stand for it to keep the table cooler. And this one also remembers the last time and temp. So I turned it off to show you guys that, so I'm going to go back over there now and show you. We're going to turn it back on so that you can see. The last temp I had it set on was 270 for the glitter, where I went down from the 340. So let's turn it on again and see what it says. And you see 270. Well, it went off. There it is, 270 for 30, because it's heating back up. But it does remember your last setting. Whatever you used last, that's what it's on. And in case you didn't see, let me turn that off. There's the port there, right on the back. So if they need to do an update or whatever, we can plug it up to our computer in a USB port and update the software in it. So those are some of the differences that you don't have. And then, of course, the sizes. The 9x9 is the same size, but then you have the 6x7, which is perfect for a onesie or a bag or something like that. And and you guys saw at the beginning, it heated up in 30 seconds, up to 340 degrees. That was pretty good. The other one took a little bit longer than that, but my heat press takes, I don't know, 5 minutes to get up to that temp. So even the blue EasyPress heats up faster than my heat press. And so watch for some awesome deals on that blue one, guys. Don't pass it up just because it's blue and it's not the newest, latest, greatest. It's still a great, fantastic EasyPress. So if you can snag that one at a great price, snag it. Then get the small one of the EasyPress 2 and the large one. Then you'll have the whole set and it won't cost you as much. Because if you need a feature that's on the 9x9, you can use your 12x10. It does not need any pressure at all, Poochie. You saw what I just did. That is on there. It's not going anywhere. It's on there. I mean, I can feel the fabric underneath it. It is on there. It's not going anywhere. I'll go and throw it in the wash right now. It hasn't even sat 24 hours. I'm not scared of it. But I put it this way to you, Poochie. I bought the 9x9 EasyPress. I have not used my heat press since I got my first EasyPress. It sits in the corner. It's so cumbersome, takes up so much real estate. It's hard for me to pull out, and it takes forever to heat up to do one shirt. I have not used my heat press since I got the EasyPress. If you're doing 20, 30 shirts a day, you might need an heat press. But for quick little jobs, 1 or 2 shirts here or there, the EasyPress is perfectly fine for that. Yeah, heavy pressure isn't needed. As a matter of fact, too much pressure in the heat will push your glue out from underneath. If you get that shiny edge around your iron-on, you're pushing the glue out from under it. That's too much. Your glue, you should never have a shiny edge out around the edge of your iron-on, ever. If you're doing that, you've got too much pressure. You're just pushing the glue out from under your vinyl, and it's going to lift. Right, Sue? I'm seriously considering putting mine in my yard sale. So, but I haven't used it in, I don't know, 6 months. I haven't touched it. But this little guy, it's super. And they're all coated. And this one has like a little champagne color plate on it instead of the gray like the other. Right, Flora, that's a good idea. You can, for your fusible interfacing on your fabric when you're making something and sewing. We did use these in the Mountain Make-a-thon for a couple of projects, to use that to iron on fusible interfacing on a couple of the projects. Worked perfect. Didn't even have to go to the ironing board and get the iron set right there. Ironed our fusible on there, put our iron on there, and then stitched the project up. So you can do it all. Get all your fusible interfacing on there, put your iron on it, and then finish stitching, and then you don't have to worry about zippers and bumps and lumps. So, just, Poochie, if you want to show me a picture in one of the groups of the iron-on that you got, or give me whatever is on the label, we can tell you. We'll help you with that, and that's not a problem. We can look at it and tell, like if it's a solid color like this right here, it's probably Everyday Light. Let me see if I've got a piece of the Everyday Light. If you peel a piece of the scrap off, you see how this is? It doesn't stretch. It doesn't give. So I know that's not Sport Flex. Not Sport Flex is going to be really stretchy. Okay? You can take Sport Flex and you can stretch it. So that'll tell you right there if you pull off a piece of scrap. Anything that's got a pattern to it is patterned iron-on. And of course, glitter is going to be glittery. You're going to have the pretty glitter. So there's ways of telling what you have. Yeah, if you've got a roll of the flex, what I do is when I take my labels off, Poochie, I roll them up like this, and I stick them in the end of the tube. That way I know what's on that roll. If I'm ever in doubt, I can pull the packaging out of the center of the tube, and I know what I'm working with. That's just a simple little storage thing that I do. And even though I know what it is, I still do it because if I'm in a hurry and I grab it, I want to know what I'm working with at a glance instead of having to test it and all of that. But yeah, I just roll it up just like this and stick it right down in the tube. That's where I store it. So when this label comes off of this holographic sparkle vinyl, it's going to go right in there, and that way I know what I have. You wrap yours on the outside of your vinyl. So yeah, you can do that too. I just roll mine up and stuff it in there. That way I can just pull out my rolls. I just throw a piece of tape on there to keep my vinyl rolled up on it. So does anybody have any other questions about the EasyPress? Yeah, do that, Poochie, and we'll help you determine what you have. Alright guys, that's it for the unboxing of the EasyPress 2. You guys save your link that I post in the group, and there's one on this video as well down below. Save that link so when it comes available in the fall you can grab yours, because I have a feeling these baby ones are going to go, and they're going to go fast. So I hope they have a good stock of them, because I have a feeling that this one is going to be the first to sell out if they don't have enough. And then you're going to be waiting for them to come back in again. So save those links, get ready to shop them. Make sure that you're ready when it goes on sale. If you're not signed up for notifications, go to my website and sign up for the mystery box notifications, which notifications for this will come from the same place. And you can sign up right there, and when this goes on sale, I will shoot you guys an email. It'll also get posted in all the rooms. I hear you, Shirley. I want the large one too. If I get the large one, my heat press is gone. So I'm just hanging on to it in case I have a large project. You guys have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching. Please give me a thumbs up on the video. Give me a like. And I'll see you guys back over in the rooms.